How do games entice people into playing again and again, over months, even years? And how can we use engagement mechanics from games to build high retention products? In this video, I'm going to show you why a strong customer journey is the best way to drive retention and give you 3 actionable tips that are going to help you drive engagement from the ground up. Every day in my job, I talk with founders, investors, and product leaders at major brands. Here's something I hear a lot. I thought we built a great product. We had a really good launch, but then we started having trouble getting our customers to stick around. So we tried adding points and badges, to nudge customers to keep using our product. And at first, we saw a spike in our engagement stats and we thought, wow, problem solved. But then our retention collapsed. What do we do now? And that's a hard truth so many of us have discovered. Sprinkling points and badges on your product won't solve your retention problems. The foundation of every high retention product is a journey you take your customer on, the journey to becoming a better version of yourself. When your mechanics rest on top of a strong customer journey, those points and badges become meaningful signposts along the way, helping your customers make progress on something they care about. And that's what game thinking is all about, building engagement from the ground up. This leads us to tip number 1. Instead of starting with mechanics like points and badges, take a journey-first approach to designing engagement. Ask yourself, how does the customer's experience change over time? How do they first discover your product? How do they learn to use it during onboarding? What habits do they build after a week, a month, a year? Asking these questions will help you design a coherent customer journey. But how do you know which journey to take your customers on? That leads us to tip number 2. Take the time to talk to your high-need customers up front and ask them about their existing habits and needs. Every journey starts with an unmet need, a painful situation that pushes your customer right up to the edge. And in those struggling moments, customers get fed up and start thinking, I need to do something different. And when they see there might be a better way, their frustration turns into desire and they start trying to get there. Now, we call these people superfans, the people who are already trying to solve the problem your product addresses. Superfans can tell you exactly what they need, what they desire, and what they've tried to solve their problem. Once you know your customers' actual needs and desires, you can craft a journey that feels helpful instead of manipulative because it supports them to get where they already want to go. For instance, we noticed that early testers of The Sims wanted to use the game as a way to tell stories about people and events in their lives. So we included a feature that let players take snapshots in the game, add captions, and then upload those stories to a website. This last-minute addition to the game experience proved to be extremely popular because we were supporting players to do something that they already wanted to do. And that leads us to tip number 3. Give your customers an activity that they can get better at. Start by defining the pleasurable, repeatable activity that customers do every time they use your product. Then add feedback that tells customers how they're making progress. For your product, progress might mean unlocking new privileges, accumulating something valuable, or moving up to the next level. This cycle of activity, feedback, and progression is called a habit loop. It's the motor that powers every high retention product. In The Sims, for instance, the core activity is telling your character to do something, then seeing what happens. You make progress by attaining goals that you set yourself, like making friends or decorating your house, or just keeping your sim healthy and happy. And since you set those goals yourself, you're highly motivated to see them through. After you've designed your journey and habit loop, you can quickly validate your product idea by drawing an end-to-end storyboard that shows how a typical customer might use your product during discovery, onboarding, habit building, and mastery. For instance, here's a storyboard that shows a mom discovering an esports program for her daughter. Later in the storyboard, you see them sign up for their first event and eventually become regular members. In the next video of our Product Market Fit series, you'll learn how to test your product idea by showing low-fidelity concept storyboards to superfans. To learn more about building high-retention products, make sure to download your free PMF cheat sheet, The link is in the description.